So, oh, just as a primer for everybody that was not here last stream, just gonna pull up the other fractals we did. So, here it is. We did a flower fractal, and we did a flock of birds fractal. So for this one, we're kind of doing fractals in nature. That's the little bit of the idea behind the stream, behind this part of the series. I mean, that's what we're working on. So maybe this part of this series will have 3 pictures, maybe 4. I think we'll keep it at 3. Like this, and probably this, if it goes well, of course. So yeah, that's the idea. Oh, just to get it out of the way, I want to explain for new people here. Hold on, everything's moved around because there we go. Oh, here. So I want to explain a little bit of this fractal series for those that aren't in the know. Peary Pepper, thank you for the follow. For those that don't know, let me scroll down. I thought it was earlier. There we go. Okay. So the fractal series begins here. With this boat that capsizes and drops something unidentified. Thank you, Blue Lampshade, for the follow. Drop something unidentified in the water. And things start going weird pretty quick. The fishes start mutating in weird ways, and nobody really bats an eye, but the fractal juice that was dropped into the water starts doing weird things. It gets picked up into the atmosphere and becomes a huge hurricane that hits the US. And it starts doing like weird iridescent colors and fractal patterns everywhere. And here in the last part of this installment, we can see that it's already affecting animals in strange ways. So we're going to be continuing this and just see how it's affecting nature before we get to how it's affecting humans and human life. So yeah, the funny fish indeed. Then just spiderweb shots. This, I mean, it's not mine. Found it, but it's a good spiderweb shot. And Kandari, thank you for the follow. So yeah, I was thinking of a good fractal to use for this. We cycled through some in the last stream. We didn't really get anywhere with this. We basically found a picture and goofed around. So, after stream, I was looking at other fractals, like circular fractals of different kinds, and I found this one, which I'm just gonna invert here so you guys can see. Well, not very visible. All done. This one. It's a little bit warped already, because I put it over the web so we could see how it looks. But that's the concept. So, just more regular version of this. Malleable pencils. Thank you. Hope everybody's doing well, by the way. Okay, so now the concept here, the idea is to turn the web, or this fractal that we have here, turn into this. Which I don't know how we're gonna do it yet, but I like this problem solving, so let's try it. I think I'll leave all the structural beams, all this, I'll leave it. Right, I'm gonna first delete all the center of this. And with delete I mean paint it over, so it's not visible. Dead End. That's Dead End Reyes. Thank you for the follow. Hey Trash Panda. Should be too hard to... Yeah, I don't know if I'll replicate the aberration from scratch or if I'll use some clone stamping and make circles. Okay, I got it. I think I got it. I'm gonna clone stamp a circle. Like, just get this circle, make it more regular, and just copy that around. It should be the smartest way to do this, I hope. But we'll see. You may get to call me dumb in a minute when we try that. And the problem with the aberration trash is that it looks very different everywhere. Here it's very red, here it's very blue. It is iridescent in a way because it's all wet. It's all full of water from the dew, the morning dew. The final Fractal stream will be your own selfie. That would be a good way to end it. Just like, oh god, guys, I think it's got me. Mage Gunner, good afternoon. Hope you're doing well. Could do a displacement map with some Gaussian or blurred noise. I mean, we could approximate how it'll look. But I think the smartest way of doing this is using what we have. Because we already have like a lot of circular patterns in this, in the original Spiderweb, so I think instead of getting this and trying to replicate the whole Spiderweb, I should just use what we got. At least we'll try. Although as a fallback, that's a good idea though. Oh, and there really is rubrum, however that's pronounced. I guess it's Latin. Thanks for the follow. May miss some follows because they don't do the noise they did before. Had to stop it after got a bit too annoying. It is Latin. I wish I had learned a little bit of Latin, but I mean, we could have taken Latin classes in high school, but nobody did. So none of my friends did, so I didn't. That kind of thing. Making some ugly patterns here. So the background is very bokeh. It's very blurry. Say unfocused. So as you can see, if I make little errors like this that wouldn't be noticeable in another type of background, since it's so smooth, it looked weird and bumpy. So I think maybe patch tool will be better here. So what I'll do is get rid of the corners only. Then get our patch tool here. Oh sure, I need to Control J. There we go. Could make a custom brush. That's not a bad idea either. I like that. Or what's the name of this type of brush? I never use it. Is it mixer brush or I got some more brushes here. There's one type of brush that I never ever use. So maybe it's even in here. I think it might be the mixer brush. Where you can kind of pick a texture and kind of draw with it. I don't know, we'll see, we'll try. But now, clone stamping. And patching. We don't do Latin in medicine in Spanish. I don't think I've learned. I mean, maybe occasionally they kind of, as a side note, like they explain how it was said in Latin, but since it's basically the same words, we don't really do. They don't really explain any word, any term in Latin, which I know they do in English. Oh, hold a minute. Could you just messily clone out these lines and then blur? That's also an option. I'd like to get it right on the first try though. Also, this is more fun. I like cutting little things and doing small patch tools. Also, this looks much better. Germans translated the whole. Oh god, that sounds annoying. Oh god. That sucks, Itzel. Oh wait, I'm not gonna clone out that far, I think. Oh yeah, we are. Cryptil, thank you for the follow. Also, let me know if everything's looking good, working correctly. Since I just switched to Streamlabs OBS, no, sorry, from Streamlabs OBS to just OBS Studio. There's probably going to be a lot of jank, so sorry for that. How content to wear would handle color range here might be tricky because there's a lot of colors. Maybe like focus range would do something more. I don't use focus range too much. Focus area. No, it doesn't really get it. It's a little bit too complex for the algorithm here. Thank you, Fall to Glory. Yeah, I mean, in terms of grades, that's similar in Spain. All through high school, it's very competitive to get in. I need to start here. Well, let's see color range. Because it gets the white fairly good. So it did it better before. We get an expand. It's still gonna be a bit janky. Let's expand, maybe 10 pixels even. That should do it. Obviously it's not gonna do it all throughout the web. Let's give it a try. So, edit, content aware fill. Let's just select everything that's behind it. Good chunk of background. Still have a ghost. Let's apply that. Let's see, okay. I mean, it's not bad. It'll serve as a base. How am I doing? I'm doing good. Been kind of a lazy day, but you getting ready to get some things done. As usual, the night is the productive time for me. What's the VOD if you ask me, Mika? UFO building. Oh, what city is that then? Did you say? And Eveling, thank you for the follow. Brighton, okay, cool. Thanks for letting me know. Well, I guess the birds here are in an alternative version of Brighton without any towers. It looks generic enough that it could be any coastal city, I think. Or coastal small town, I guess. Oh, try to do this. Hold on. 50% complete on the challenge there. Everyone's picking the MS Paint thing, aren't you? You want to make me suffer. Is that it? 3 days in. Or 2 even. I think I started that last stream. Or was it 2 streams ago? I don't know. It's mixed up for me. We don't have to go all the way out here. Just more or less until this is covered. That area. Let me try another selection here. Let's do color range again. Something like this. Right, hopefully now we'll cover a little bit more. We'll expand by 15 this time. Okay. Might be a lot, but let's try it out anyway. Oh. Need to duplicate, to rasterize, and now that should work. There we go. Warp the spiderweb. To build the fractal, we're going to be warping parts of the spiderweb. But for now, I'm just trying to get rid of the original one. And leave the background visible. Okay. That's big. And as you can see, there's stuff that's been selected outside of the spider web, like the branch and stuff, but that's fine. We'll just use the part we need, which is the middle here. Okay, hopefully that'll do. Oh, well, that looks better. Okay, is it okay? Okay, so I think we can use the part that we've done manually and just bring that back to get rid of the weird things here. And now let's keep going up and more or less try to match this. It's gonna be hard. I'm gonna try to match it with other bokehs, other little blobs from the back. Just scanning around for similar ones. It should make things a little bit easier for me. Instead of only trying to pick from the area right around it, which can be hard. We might also use healing brush. I was gonna do spot healing brush, but hold on. Let's merge all this. Okay, that's not bad actually. Thought that would be worse. That's actually pretty good. It is really smooth. Fairly easy to work with. We'll have to remake this branch and stuff. We'll get to that in a minute. But now I just want to clean this up. I'll have to go all the way to the edge. I gotta remember that. Just getting myself more work. It's looking a bit muddy, but it's fine because a lot of it is just going to be partially covered. Okay. Let's put this on. Hi Kuoko, thank you for the follow. Okay, so we got the original here. Just gonna put a layer mask on this one. Gonna invert it. Just gonna paint with white the whole center here. There we go. So that's the field we're going to be working in. And now we can already start seeing how it's going to look once we put things together. We just need to make the fractal look like it's spiderweb as well. But once we do that, I think we're good. Okay. So next thing is we're making this and this. That whole thing. That whole mess. Or we could entirely get rid of the branch, but the problem is that would... The branch really helps with the depth of things. So if I can, I don't want to get rid of it. What I think I'll do... into the options here in my brain. Let's see. This here more or less looks like this. So I'm thinking I'm gonna copy it into a separate layer. Just gonna clone stamp it in. Where to copy. We'll remove all the spider webs and go. Then we'll try to make it look dark like this one and out of focus as well. So something like this should do the trick. Okay. Let's get a more or less hard brush here. Let's try to get the edges to look a little bit more in sync with the background. We'll have to fix up some of the little errors back there. That's fine. Come down here. Okay. That's not bad. Yeah, I'll just get rid of the original one because it's just gonna be annoying. So all this part here, just get rid of it. Do a little bit of this. Smooth things out a little. Go. Then we got a bit of a cleaner version. I'm just gonna turn into smart objects. I'm gonna blur it together with the original one. Then we're gonna give it a good blur. And levels, because I want to make it a bit darker, just to match this. Some touches, removing this little bits of spiderweb. And there we go, we reconstructed it just with a different branch. But it should do the trick, I think. Tighten up background. Okay, this upper part here is very ugly, and we're gonna have to fix it some way or another. Some parts are a little bit easier like this, because you can just get a similar texture. Oh. So this here, if I'm not mistaken, just connects with the branch here. How far along is the oh god, 60%. And the other one 0%. I chose a very unequal spread there. Never knew everybody wanted to see me suffer in MS Paint. Side note here, I don't even know if it's possible, which I guess is part of the fun. The fun is trying to figure out a way to use that very finicky tool to make something is definitely not designed to do. There's no layers even, it's just hell, chaos. Okay, some rogue webs that got into our little circle here. There we go, more or less. Nergobert, or however that is. Thank you. Hello. So you can see we're doing a fractal spiderweb. But now we have the spiderweb, we've patched it out of the center. We're trying to fix up the background until we get to the meat of it, which is trying to make it look like a spiderweb. There's a lot of little branches right behind it that I patched out, because I patched out the whole spiderweb at once. So all these little branches need to just be brought back a little. And I'm doing it with a fractal on top because I know if I bother with fixing up every little branch until it's perfect, nobody's gonna notice there's a little jank. So I do it with a fractal on top to just see how it's gonna look. We may be able to recover some of the original, because I patched out a big area, like below every part of the web. So if we go to the original a little bit, we would be able to recover a little bit more. So if we're in trouble, we'll do that. Yeah, absolutely. See, like 50% or more of doing things in Photoshop is hiding the errors. So like, if you want to do things like this, don't be afraid to just put a bunch of smoke on top of everything, or put everything in shadow, or that kind of thing. Of course, you gotta know when to stop and when to like show your work, show what you've done. But hiding things is a very good, very useful skill. Exactly. I mean, every artist does it, I guess. Just with Photoshop, there's a special... So the thing with Photoshop compared to... And Photoshop, I mean specifically what I do, photo manipulation or compositing, or however you want to call it. There's a million names. The thing about it is, there's a lot less suspension of disbelief. So you gotta convince people way harder. Because you can stylize a drawing, and of course it won't look like the real thing, but our brains just have this suspension of disbelief where they don't mind that it doesn't look real. With a photo though, people kind of instinctively require a lot more proof. So you gotta be thorough with... You gotta be thorough with that. With tricking people. I always say tricking people's brains. So I don't want to trick people, but I want their brains to go, oh, what? Is this real? Also, thank you, Heavy Pixel. Hard to make it look convincing. Yeah, that's the whole meat of it, really. Like that's what, as if you do this kind of thing, what you'll spend the most time doing is trying to take steps to make things look convincing. And you can absolutely not do that and do something that's way more like old school collage, where you just cut up different drawings and photos and stuff and do that, and like a pre-Photoshop thing, but that people still do, right? You can absolutely still do that, and it'll look stylized, and our brains won't have that same burden of proof. Well, for the kind of thing I do, that's not possible. I mean, I could do it, and you know, I might do some more old school type collage, but for the kind of stories I do, where I'm trying to yeah, tell a story, that's just not very possible. Okay, that more or less covers the background. Here we got a little bit of jank. This I'm just gonna ignore. Hope it goes away. No, it's not gonna be noticed, I think. We complete these, and yeah, get rid of this. Blur this out a little bit. Yeah, that should do it. Okay, so we got the base of things. I'm gonna save, by the way, because I always forget. That's why I have a point domination, which is remind me to save. Let's compare. I'm gonna desaturate this. There we go. That looks much better. Okay, now we got this big circle with more circles and more circles. Just a ton of circles. Here's the meat, the issue by itself. We can either take this and just edit it in a way that makes it look more like this, which is gonna be hard because there's a lot of how do you call it, aberration, right? Whether look at the reds and the blues here, then look at the blues and the cyans, I guess, and here reds and blues again. It is very unequal. The colors are all over the place with aberration, so it might be quite hard to like do that automatically anyway. I put the big circle inside of the 4 small circles. What? Oh, copy the same thing again? Yeah, it could be a thing. Just roughly, but well, it might get confusing though. Hey Blas, hope you're doing well. Less empty space. Yeah, but also like more clutter, which might make it less readable as a fractal, is what worries me here. It just becomes a lot of stuff on there. And while this is immediately readable as a fractal, this just looks more like a pattern or something a little bit more. Yeah, Gexfer. Cute emote. That's what I call fractaling. This, by the way, is an Apollonian circle, I think it's called. It's a very simple, very classic type of fractal. Very old. You can do those with triangles, like Legend of Zelda type. Do this with circles, with any shape. So I was looking for fractals that looked like circles. And hold on, allow the browser. Gasket, that's the word. So this is the original, like the base one, with the 3 circles. But there was even more empty space in this one, so I went for a different one. I don't know if it's on here. This one's also pretty cool, but it doesn't look too spiderwebby. So yeah, I went for one with 5 or 4 main circles, I guess, instead of 3. Yeah, I think I'll keep it like this, at least for now. We'll see how it looks, and if we need to fill up empty space, we'll see. For now, though, thinking of alternatives. Okay, there's this type of brush. I'm gonna give it a try. I think it's a mixer brush. No, is it? No, it's not a mixer brush. What is this type of pattern stamp maybe? No, that'll just get this pattern. Yeah. What's the name of this tool? Don't even know where it was. It's a type of brush that kind of takes a pattern and applies it. They would freak out. Well, they'll freak out when they see the fractal spider I'm gonna add on top. It is like a stamp, but it is... Hold on, because maybe it's in here. No, it's not in here. Fractal spider. Would be under brushes, but it's not one of these. Not this, is it? It's 3 brushes. I don't know. What we'll do though is try to make a circle like this. That we can do just with regular tools. Okay, we'll get something that's more or less the same shape. So this here, right? This part of the spiral. And we'll just isolate it by itself. How fucked up can the eyes get? Oh, that would be cool actually. I wanted to do it like in a small size, where you can just see more or less that it's fractal, but a close-up might be cool too. And hey, Squaw. Yeah, trying to mimic webbing is not the easiest thing. Yeah, which one was I gonna pick here? So I'm selecting in reverse here. If that makes any sense. It'll make sense in a minute. Now just invert. There we go. Yeah, they are weird. It'll be hard to make realistic. We'll see. See how it looks. But the thing here is I'm picking an actual circle from the web, but as you can see, different parts of the web have very different colors because of the aberration. So we got red here and blue here, and that kind of repeats up to the edge, as you can see. So I'm picking a real circle. I'm not gonna rotate it because that way it'll fit everywhere we put it. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move this around, see if it fits everywhere. Looks like it is. We'll probably have a little bit of background to remove, but that's fine. And I'm just gonna trim all the excess off. All the little branches. Because we'll need a clean slate. So those should fit in here more or less. It sort of looks like I don't have eyebrows. I hope it doesn't. I don't know. If things are janky, it might be that I just switched to OBS Studios. But let me know if it looks very janky. Also, thank you, Occluded. I really appreciate that. If you've seen, and for people who are joining in right now, I'm continuing a series that kind of impromptu started about fractals, which started with this one here, where a ship spills a fractal sort of liquid, I guess a chemical spill of unspecified origin, and starts turning everything into a fractal. And kind of gets picked up into the atmosphere, becomes a hurricane, and this whole thing kind of exponentially goes into an apocalyptic situation where everything is kind of turning into fractals. So we've done these, and we have done, hold on, these ones we did last stream. It's a flock of birds in shape of a fractal, and where's the other one? Here. And a flower in the shape of a fractal. Trying to use different fractals all around. Keep a variation, not do the same one every time. Everyone can see me clearly, then it's Squaw. how long have I been doing this sort of thing? Depending on what you refer to. If you mean Photoshop, I've been doing that for now more than 10 years. Since I was a kid, basically. Seriously, I've been doing Photoshop for, I guess, 5 years now? Maybe 6 at this point. And horror, specifically, I've only been doing for the last year. Before then, I did more surreal things. If you go to my website, linked below, you'll see, like, if you scroll down enough, it changes style completely. Apart from that, I'm completely self-taught in this. Like some YouTube tutorials here and there, but mostly just me messing with Photoshop. Learning as I go. I'm gonna start to do some kind of tutorials. I've started doing it for the Patreon for now. Like for the highest tier of my Patreon, it's kind of like Photoshop lessons, one-on-one. Right, I'm gonna do a monthly lesson there. Kind of like long form, in-depth lesson. But then, seeing that I'm gonna have to be editing a lot of video anyway, I'm thinking I could do some sort of more simple, smaller tutorials or more specific things in my YouTube as well. I don't know if that's anything people will be interested in. Did I see this? Hold on. Nope, that's the wrong one. There we go. Oh yes, I've seen this one. We had some like this where I lived when I was a kid. Thanks, Blaz. I did it for a few years, and at some point, I guess I was tired of it. I wanted to change things up. So I started with horror, and it also got much better reception, so it's what I'm focusing on right now. I started watching tutorials about 10 years ago. Did you ever come across? No, I don't think so. See, I have a very low attention span with people explaining things to me, so I only do minimum possible tutorials. Like when I need something specific, I'll go and look for it. But in general, I don't like generally go seek them out. I'm waiting for the OnlyFans channel for bugs. yeah, just you wait. Just had a thought about leech fractals. Oh god. Leech fractals. That would be cool. Nice music, thank you. It's playlist I've been curating ever since I started streaming. It's all the kind of music that the Twitch bots won't notice. So it's video game soundtracks, and it's specific artists that have permitted the music for Twitch. You can do Spotify, I think. There we go, that's the playlist. Many ideas for fractals that would be a total pain in the ass to actually make. Indeed. Yeah, when I look for ideas, I look for... See, I look for the idea first. without really caring much about if it's doable. But then if I just jump into it and can't find a way to do it, I'll skip that idea, you know? But I'll generally try to find a way to make things work, if possible. And it tends to work out. You're just removing some jank. Harass him to do hard stuff. Thank you, Squaw. Just push me. How often your picks end up in conspiracy theory sites? So far, never that I've seen. But I had some conspiracy theory Twitter accounts who tried to retweet my stuff and pass it as real. Real, none of them. Had a QAnon guy trying to pass a Hellkite picture I did as proof that dragons existed. So I mean, he was a QAnon guy plus a dragon truther, I guess. Believed in dragons. I also had Facebook accounts about cryptozoology post my stuff, but like knowing that it's not real. I just said artwork by valdés-hevia and credited it well and everything, so I don't mind that. All you could do is mathematics to animate fractals IRL. I mean, if someone makes that program, I'll use it. For now, I have to do everything manually. Sadly. There's a lot of guys, this is so fake. Yeah, that is way more common of a reaction. Is people thinking that I'm trying to pass it off as real and being real smartasses about it, trying to prove me wrong. So they'll do a reverse Google search, and of course they'll find the original image, and they're like, guys, I found the original image, this guy's a faker. Yeah, I love those, because you can laugh at them and be like, do you guys not see the art in the username, or or the fact that my bio is literally my pictures are edited. Any basic research would have saved you the time of that Google search you did. It's also not hard to find the original images I use. They're usually right there when you do a reverse search. Okay, so we merge this. Gonna do Ctrl-Shift-P, which is my own shortcut. It's not by default. Oh, there's a lot of things I didn't notice. Gonna have to trim it again. Should be a quick one though. And to build a tomato flag. Yeah, that was a fun one. I retweeted one of them. I don't usually do it. Don't usually point attention to them. But once just for fun, I retweeted one, and the responses from my own followers were very funny. Okay, we need to make this look. Hold on. I should do it over this circle, like this. Put it over, increase the opacity, and now we go edit. So where does it choose what goes over what? Like, how does it do that? There we go. Hold on, gotta get closer. So with this we should be able to get it looking pretty good, I think. I may eat my words, but oh, this is a weird combination that's happening here. There we go. Yeah, wasn't expecting people to think this is real. Unfortunately, a lot of people believe this kind of thing. I mean, this specific... Okay, so for the Fractal series, not so much, but some people believe the first one with the ship and the fish. It's kind of an isolated thing. Obviously, as the series goes on, it's just gonna get more and more weird and apocalyptic, so people are not gonna believe that, I hope. But for the first one, some people believe that. For the one that has blown up the most and people have believed the most is the skull one, the one with the mushrooms on it, which is, for those that have not seen it, this one here. Right, this was a quick edit I did back in November. I did it in one day. It was not like, and it looks kind of janky. Hey, Valdevia Academy, how is everybody doing? Hey guys. So all the photography community on here. Hey everybody. Hope you guys are doing well. What's up? I'm doing good. Doing good. Doing some more creepy photo manipulation here. I was showing some old ones. This is one I did. We were talking about how people have on occasion believed what I posted and taken it as real. And this one was the worst offender. I posted this. This was a thing that I did in one day. It's kind of janky. Like the shadows aren't right. Whatever. I'm not gonna obsess over it. But a lot of people believe this, like a crazy amount. Even to the point of one person trying to use it to spread conspiracy theories about masks and saying like putting on masks will grow fungus into your heads. Like what? What? Anyway, that was fun. Welcome out to all the new folks. If you don't know me, I do, well, what you guys are seeing right now, I do creepy Photoshop art. Usually using other people's pictures, but I try to take my own pictures from time to time too. That's the first post that you saw. It was my most retweeted. I think it got 3,000 retweets or something like that. Crazy amount. Could you imagine having something to do then? Yeah. So what we're doing now, just for a little explanation here. This is a continuation of a series that I started a little while ago. It all starts in 2006 when this boat just capsizes somewhere in the ocean, and it drops some kind of weird liquid, and this liquid starts spiraling out in a fractal pattern and spreading around, and everything it spreads to starts becoming fractal itself. Right, so that was the first part. Second part is a few months later, a hurricane appears, just regular hurricane season. This one is kind of weird because it's got fractal patterns to it, we can assume it was the same fractal spill that was picked up by the hurricane and kind of picked up into the atmosphere. And it kind of starts like spiraling out and going into land now. We can see this, hold on. Oh, you can see it like this, but you can see this butterfly here starts getting some weird growths on it. Anyway, so now we're continuing that with a few ones that I did in last stream, which is a flower with some fractal patterns in the edges, and a big flock of birds, also drawing a fractal. What we're doing now is, as you can see here, a spider web in a fractal shape. So yeah, that is what we are up to today. For now, what I'm doing, so the whole process behind this, the original picture is this. First thing we did was fill that center out. Kind of the bokeh is a little bit muddy and weird, but we'll do some fixing on this at the end. Then I had to reconstitute some parts of the background. There's all test stuff. Then I put the fractal on top. And what I'm trying to do is, just with textures from the original web, I'm kind of putting them over the biggest circle in the fractal. I'm gonna clean that edge up. And then I'm just gonna repeat that and just manually remake this fractal. I think it's gonna be the best way to do this, because I was thinking of taking this and editing it and adding a lot of distortions and aberration, but it's just gonna be a mess. So just gonna do it this way. I think it's gonna be the smartest way to go around it. And then when I make the circle smaller, I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do or how I'm gonna go about it, but I might do, what's the name, content aware scale, so it keeps the thickness. But that might just mess up the whole circle, so I don't know. We'll see when we get to it, when we cross that bridge. But now we got some edges to fix up. Also, everyone, thank you for the follows. I missed them. Ravenstar, DLD, thank you. Snom on the Wall, and Alimo. All the photo folks in the photography community. Is the nicest place on Twitch. If you guys didn't know. Dabbing on my stream. I'll allow it for now. Thank you for the cheers. Hey mister. Hope you're doing well. You suck at Twitch? Who doesn't? Even Twitch sucks at Twitch. Hola hola. How's everything going? Okay, now let's copy this. It should be the same circle. So if we get the original fractal here, as you can see, I already like bent it a little bit, kind of warped the perspective so it fit on the spider web here. looks like I didn't take care of everything. Hold on. I should just be smarter about this and do this. There we go. Doing good. Doing good, mister. Enjoying a lot of attention lately, especially on Twitter, with all this horror stuff. So it's been very good. I've opened a Patreon, which was very nice, where I send you a postcard every month. Gotta shield. Look, gotta shield my Patreon. Always forget to do it. Such a new thing. There you go, if you guys want to check it out. It's the idea behind it. I'm very excited about this little project. The idea behind it is I will send you a postcard with one of my edits in the front, edited to make it look like an old school postcard, and some kind of cryptic clue or thing in the back that you can solve, kind of ARG style. It's double value for a collectible, and if you're into that, so little games could also be fun for you. Oh boy. If I just put this on the screen. That works. That'll do. So I'll put it, yeah, I'll leave it on screen. OnlyFans coming soon. Where's the link? It should be in chat right above you. Did it not appear? Oh. I guess I missed a little bit here. Gosh, kind of clumsy with the keyboard today. That should do it. If the link in chat didn't work and the tabs below and the buttons, there should be one. If I remember to put it on. Okay, so this is the main structure of our fractal thing. I think it works more or less. Need to move some things around. Yeah, but that'll do the trick. They need to overlap a little. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so that's like the first layer of them. I'm gonna create a second one. Just gonna go just for the center, I think. Physical postcard, yes. Oh, we said I was gonna try the content aware scale. Why doesn't it work? Does it need to be rasterized? Let's see. I guess so. No, it doesn't. It doesn't keep the shape. Understandable. So the inner circles, I guess, will just be a little bit smaller or thinner. Which might actually be good, because it'll save us, like... there we go. When we get to the smaller circles, it'll save us some trouble. It'll be more readable. Yes, and the assistant researcher thing is it's basically like one-on-one Photoshop lessons and feedback and stuff. Just kind of my way of trying to do tutorials in a way, or lessons. Hey Queen. Oh, and thanks for the save reminder, Alimo. I missed that. Thank you. Squad, not. I just want you to take this, or to subscribe to my Patreon if you have money you can spare. I'm gonna try to copy these two circles. I think I need to flip them. Oh no, I can't flip them. I can't flip them because the aberration has to make sense with the rest. Like, there's gotta be red on top and blue on the bottom. I'm gonna have to do something about it, by the way. It looks kind of weird here. See many layers. Yeah, thanks, Alimo. Telemedical fact. Okay. It's coming, it's coming. What kind of medical facts do we have for today? Got a little document with a bunch of them. Okay, so there's a very specific or special type of neurological affliction, which is called, remember this word, prosopagnosia. I'm just gonna copy it in the chat because I don't know how to pronounce it exactly in English. Yeah, prosopagnosia. If you guys know a little Latin, you might guess what it means. It means face blindness. These people can see perfectly, they can remember people perfectly, but when they see a face, they cannot recognize it. They cannot just store this face in their memories. And it happens usually by accidents, just like having that specific area of the brain damaged. Or it can also happen from birth. So yeah, prosopagnosia, remember that one. And it's not only like just being a little bad at recognizing faces, it's like literally being unable. So you'll see your mother in the streets and you won't notice it, sir. The brain is very funky, yeah. A lot of these medical facts are just brain factoids about different neurological things. It's what I like, so. Yes, Alimo, that's a separate thing called aphantasia or aphantasia, like fantasy. And yeah, people with aphantasia cannot visualize things in their brains, and that is way more common. A lot of people have aphantasia, and literally, like, imagine, okay, so close your eyes right now and imagine an apple. Right, just imagine whatever you kind of an apple, and now tell me in chat, like, if you saw, okay, hold on, I'm just gonna put it up on the browser here. I'm gonna do aphantasia apple, or yeah, this should work. Okay, how did you see the apple out of these 5 numbers here? You're 5. So you have aphantasia, like complete aphantasia. Interesting. A lot of people have it, even artists, which is very interesting. Yes, I have exactly like you, Atloons. I have a flash of Apple, and then my brain just deletes it. It's like it gets stored in the RAM, but then it disappears. So a lot of people are between 1 and 2. I think that's most people are somewhere around here. Then a bunch of people are like here. And I think this must be less common. So yeah, a lot of people, yeah, FTL music is fantastic. What a great soundtrack. A lot of people in chat have aphantasia. If you've just learned about it, congratulations, it's not a diagnosis or anything. You won't be able to skip work due to this, unfortunately, but hey, cool fact about yourselves. Okay, things are fitting, more or less. It's not perfect, it's never gonna be perfect, but... Okay, now we're going to this smaller circles. And if the lines look too thin later, I might just repeat these layers, kind of build up and make them larger. I don't know, we'll see. Depends on how it looks. Hey Bear, hope you're doing well. 500 layers well spent. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed that medical fact. Bear, you just missed a medical fact. Since the spacing is imperfect, I'm just gonna have to move some circles around. That's fine. Yeah, the big circle, I think might just use the original one here. That's why I didn't... See, I'm probably gonna use this, maybe warp it a little. It'll look a bit more natural. Thanks for the reminder, Bastard. Become addicted to series on YouTube by they follow. Oh, interesting. What's the name of that series, Animo? Can spiders control the size of their butt silk? Butt silk. What a way to put it. Clear and concise. Okay, we're doing another copy. This is getting very messy in terms of layers. Sorry for that. You'll have to bear with me. We're getting to this one, I think are the next ones in size. I know all medical facts. That is the best way to educate yourself there. Is medical dramas. 5.5 left to make myself for an MS Paint. Oh god. Yeah, one of the points rewards I have set up for new people is when you guys get to what, 15,000 I think, I will do a stream where I have to do a whole photo edits in MS Paint. I don't know if it's even possible. Thanks, Cowie Girl. Discord is the best because I watch videos about discussing historical food in the past 2 hours. Is that Italian guy? How do you dare call that disgusting. Take that back immediately. I will not take slander against my favorite Italian man. Air ambulance. Yeah. Cool. Real truth documentaries. I'll check it out. Okay, layer of some more circles. At this point they're very, very thin. Cobwebs have antiseptic and antifungal properties. I didn't know that. Interesting. Spiders are very cool. You know, this part repeats all around. So since the aberration here is not a problem, I think I'll just do this whole section and copy it around. Should save some time. Open up the VTuber community go. It is opened. It is in the regular rewards now, Squaw. yeah. Squaw is right. Don't put stuff in your wounds. Okay, I'm gonna have to increase the thickness here. Turn thickness to maximum. There we go, I'm just gonna merge that. It should do way better for the smaller circles. Yeah, that's better. It still does have that little bit of color, that little bit of red and blue. Which is why I'm still not rotating things. You don't have enough layers. Yeah, Squy is getting most of the medical facts here. Where's learning medicine in this stream? God, when I jumped into this, I didn't know there would be so many circles. Why did you guys not stop me? You should have stopped me. Okay, this is the smallest ones at least, so we're good. What kind of spider are you gonna stick in there? I think I saved a spider shot the other day, just a regular one. I don't know a lot about spiders. What kind of spider are you gonna be adding? Just a regular one. That's the shittiest answer I could have given. Sorry. Yeah, Yeah, my favorite spiders are regular. Oh, I missed this one. Okay, now the very, very small ones. Which I'm thinking I'm just gonna copy this. Gonna multiply it a few times. Just copy it like this, created like a thicker thing. Something like that. Right. This should be... There we go. Fractal orb spider. Oh baby man. What region is this photo supposed to be in? I still haven't set it in stone, but I'm thinking Eastern US as a general area. I'll put all this in Leiden. There we go. I'm also going to have to copy some of the regular circles a few times over, like this one. I'm gonna pick a larger one. There we go. A peacock spider? I'll trust you there. You're the one that knows way more than me. So whatever you say, I'll add it. Imagine this poor spider doing all this work just to make a cool web. Poor little guy. I mean, it's gonna be a cool web though, so props to the spider. Gonna need this guy here. Back at it again with the fractals, as always. Yes, indeed, we're doing a very time-consuming, but I don't mind. It's fun chatting with you guys. We're doing this whole spider web out of fractals, or out of little circles, to make what is called an Apollonian something. I forgot the name already. Hold on. Somewhere here. Apollonian gaskets. There you go. back at it again with the fractals. God, that's a deep cut. Okay, let's remove our base. Gosh, that's a lot of layers. Gonna combine all of this in a minute, but there we go. What's going on here? Should we? No. They didn't add any circles here. We may do it or not. But now we have all this, which looks pretty decent. I'm gonna have to add some white, brighten things, but pretty decent. At least from a distance. Begin everything. I need to know where this stops. So when we start getting into the small fractal. Right, that's not the one. Okay, there we go. That's 24. And we go to 56. 46, sorry. There we go. I got this whole thing. And I'm thinking I'm gonna just make a copy, put it in screen, I think. Orb spiders do normal circular webs. Okay, so orb spider is what we're going at. What we're going for. Okay, now to fill up all these smaller areas. Layer boy will be making his layer. Yes, I am the layer boy. Still your layers. Hello, Matcha. I pronounce it like pronouncing it as if it was Spanish, but may not be. What? So maybe? Had a good picture where it's too low res. I mean, the internet is full of them, so don't worry about that. Literal otaku, thank you. It fits, more or less, I guess. Oh wait, did I not combine these? Hold on. Yeah, stupid. It should be merged, turn into smart objects, and now I can work with them. Okay, just gotta remove this. There we go. A little bit of stretching. It's gonna be a lot of stretching. What so? Good. I will try to remember. I'm very bad at remembering pronunciations, so I'll count on it. Okay, we're filling this up pretty nicely. You know something fun? Of course I know about Basque. They're our neighbors. Neighboring region. Pretty close to us. I don't know any words. It's a very complicated language. Very different. But it's cool. Oh yes, this one is gonna need to be really stretched. less. This guy, goodbye. More or less, it works. How many layers to make me say stuff in Spanish? I mean, none. What do you want to know? Should I put a layer or point reward for teaching you a word in Spanish? I can put that. Give me a second. How many points should that be worth, though? Won't have a cool icon because I just made it. Teach me a word in Spanish. Cost. 100 points or something? Oh. There you go, it should be edit. Maybe you need to reload the stream or something. I don't know how it works. Okay, so we copied this, we're gonna flip vertically. And they should fit right in here. Or not. That's also a possibility. Nothing fits, everything breaks. It does work out though, more or less. It's not beautiful, but it is acceptable. Okay, yeah, maybe this one needs to be moved a little bit. It looks wonky up close, but don't worry about that. It's gonna be seen from the outside, so we're fine. From the outside, from far away, I mean. Bear. Useful Spanish phrase of the day. Mi aerodeslizador está lleno de anguilas. Using Google Translate is not as fun there. That means like my hoverboard is full of, how do you say anguilas? Eels. That's it. Okay, what else do we need? Okay, just the last one. It is all coming together, guys. Everything we've been working for. Pretty close there, I think. We just need some small areas like here. But see, this should also be like one that I have to do once, and then I just copy it all over. Should be fun. Have you seen the series by Edwin Chick called Eventide Media Center? I've seen some. I haven't seen the whole thing, but I've seen some, like 2 or 3 videos. It's from Monty Python. Okay, it's Monty Python. Didn't remember that one. Or didn't see it, more likely. Okay, we are going to turn this on. We're going to be making this little area here. Okay, so we just need these copies 16, wherever it is, here. I'm gonna copy it down here. Oh god, that's very small. We're just gonna copy it several times like we did before. 3, 4, 5. There we go. Make a little copy here. I need to watch the rest of Monty Python. I've seen they're on Netflix, I think, at least in Spanish Netflix. Most of it is in there, at least the movies, and some of those sketch collections that they released as movies. Thanks, Time. I'll check it out after the stream, see the rest. I must have seen like 2 or 3, just independently. Oh, he also posts on Twitter. Apart from the Eventide stuff, or connected to it? The one who follows me on Twitter since fairly recently is Chris Straub, who did... what's Straub? I don't know how to pronounce it. Who did Local 58, which and wrote the original Candle Cove creepypasta. I don't know. It was a very starstruck moment for me. He's a sweet guy too. Okay, I'll just do a bit of a wonky circle here, but just to fill up the space. I'll just do one here. That should do. And then just a very small one in the middle, and we're good. Acquisitions Incorporated. I've seen, I didn't really get into it, but I've seen like maybe the couple first episodes. I just end up dropping out of every D&D podcast and like actual play thing. Oh Okay, all these. I think this is the whole thing. Yeah. Okay, these parts are a bit simpler. Hopefully. Just gonna take this. Three circles. Which is the same here and here. And then some smaller ones around it. Here's some free spiders for you to use. Oh. Are these your pictures there? These are beautiful. Oh, I really like this one. Very cool. I don't know what I'll do. I don't know if I'll put it directly on this. Just like put it in the center here. And just do like a weird number of limbs and something strange that implies that it's fractal too. Or if I'll do a separate picture and do something more detailed on this spider. I still haven't decided that. But if I do detailed, one of these pictures would be a very good choice, I think. Yeah, guys, Barry is a fantastic macro photographer. Here, link your stuff for people to see your cool pictures. You mean pretty slow and inefficient, Diego? I mean, I'm doing this in maybe not the most efficient way, but hopefully the one that'll look the best. Hopefully. It's pretty manual, but I kind of enjoy this sort of manual labor, I guess. Seems tedious, but it's kind of like popping bubble wrap. It's one of the small things that are pretty enjoyable. Oh, organized and layers named. Have you seen any named layers here? It's just a mess. Chaotic. Yeah, I work with so many layers that at some point, if you're naming every one of them, you're losing time, so... I just control and right click to find what I'm looking for. Oldest trick in the book. Let's do one here. a bigger one here, and we're good on this part, I think. I'll do a small one here. Hold on. Like this. Okay, so this whole group is all this middle parts. Now I can turn this off. I can combine this group, merge. We'll just fit it around these parts. You're gonna need a little bit of warping, but that's fine. Hold on. Before I do that, smart objects. That way we can warp without worry. What's that? Your pictures? Oh, nice. Yeah, I was looking at the sky shot too. Very pretty sunset. Thank you, Gang Giovanni. Yay. Well, you're in the right place to maybe learn a couple composite things. You got one of those little things rewards you can take to basically tell me like, stop, explain this a little better, or you can just ask in chat. I'll try to explain things to the best of my ability, at least. Okay, now below here, I'll flip vertically and that should do. It's hard to make things fit perfectly. Not bad. Okay, one last one. Just flip the sides. Oh, and this one fits well. Just straight off the gate. We'll need very little warping. Okay, that's most of our fractal done. We are missing this part, I think. Yeah, just a few little circles in there. So we are going to pick some circle, this one for example. Then we'll group everything up. I know it's a lot of layers, don't get scared. What about your sunset, Bear?
No? Well, what are you gonna do about it?
Hold on, I need to... Screen or Leiden, I guess. Leiden will do better. Just thickening this up.
Hey, wait a minute. Don't get excited.
Copy and put it down there. I'd even need a little bit more. Yep. Requires some more thickening. Oh, we were talking about Carulius Rubrum. God, Barry, it's not all about you. Gosh. Circle, circle, circles. Who made me choose this annoying fractal? Which of you was it? No, it's all me, unfortunately. It's all my fault. For choosing annoying fractals. Down screen. Oh, it's looking a bit wonky, but it's fine, it's gonna be small as hell. Also, mosquito is haunting me. They're so annoying lately. I'm old and it's 1 AM. That is no excuse. It is also 1 AM here, so... Just gonna fill up some circles because I'm lazy. Okay, once we're done with this part here, I'll just copy it to the 4 sides, and that's all we need to do for the circle part of it. And we'll start treating it as a whole instead of just a million tiny parts, which will be very nice. Can't wait. Wrong one. I pick this. Am I young though? You don't even know my age. Maybe I'm 60. And it's just the Spanish healthcare system that's very good. Have you thought about that? And of course the Mediterranean diet. It's a little error here, but you know what? We'll just ignore it. Right. Ton of tiny circles. Okay, I think this should be them. Oh, we're missing 3. Now this is it. Okay. Finally, merge group. Oh. Let's copy it. There we go. Like that. There's one. Second one here. Just gonna flip it twice. Boom. Beautiful, perfect. Amazing. Show-stopping. You shouldn't consume the Mediterranean. I mean, it's been going pretty well for me, so who are you to judge? Yeah, I've heard a lot about your healthcare system. It is messed up. I'm very sorry for everyone there. Hope you guys can get a reasonable system in the near future. There we go. That is all made by us, just with bits and pieces from the original. Consume at least 1 Mediterranean a week. Okay, so there are some parts that I wanna make a bit thicker. So I'm gonna take this group, which is the whole thing. I'm just gonna do a copy and merge it. So now we have a group of just everything. And we can mess with them individually, or we can copy to with a couple pixels, like that. And then just apply that wherever we need a bit more thickness. So, here, does it look good? Oh, it's a bit too far away, I think. Thank you, Atloons. I'm happy to see when you've been working on something for a little while and suddenly you zoom out and you see it looking nice. It's like, ah, so good. Yeah, I think everything fits together well. Well, we just introduced a little bit of wonkiness here, but that should be fine. We can put that on lighten maybe. Just to reduce some of the weird edges. Okay, so things we need to do. First, there's all these aberration here, chromatic aberration, which makes the inside a little bit more yellow, which we should take care of, especially in these areas, which just look very white. And get some of the edges looking a bit funky. So we might do... how are we going to do this? Okay, I'm gonna take the whole group, the original one. There's a few ways of doing chromatic aberration, but I think this is gonna be the nicest one for our purposes. Right, so I'm gonna do 3 copies. And each of them I'm just gonna show one channel. So this one is red, This one is green. And this one is blue. So now if we would just move one of them, you can see the chromatic aberration here. Right, so. We got blue towards the bottom much more. That fits, but for example, it doesn't fit here. So I want to add this only where it would make sense. Which means not here, probably not around here. Here it does make sense. I'm also gonna just give it a little blur. Just make it look more like this blue. Slight gradient layers could be good too. This stream mess you up was good. Sorry for the revelation there, Trash. Yeah, it's the kind of thing people don't notice, because you can perfectly live without it. People just adapt to live in other ways. I've heard about the Magnus Archives so many times. I should listen to it. I just this year I haven't listened to podcasts pretty much at all, because since I'm not going anywhere, it's usually my car rides are where I listen to podcasts. So since I haven't been going anywhere, it's just I haven't had the time. So yeah, I know. I know I should listen to the Magnus Archives. Okay, let me get this group and maybe copy it to the top. Because this group here has everything perfect. This group is the main circles. So I'd rather have them over everything, kind of covering things. I just want to reduce the blacks in there, so I'm just gonna do this. Okay, Bear, you have a good night, mate. Thank you for stopping by. Hey, Quinn. Oop, having a problem now. Now we have to take care of Quinn. Gosh. Not again. Hope you're doing well. Thinking, what if I make this super large? It's gonna look wonky as hell. Yeah. As I imagined, wonky as hell. That is fine, it was not the intention originally. What I want to do... And, okay, I need to hide all this group because, gosh. There we go. So. Chucky Milk now, oh no! He's already starting to demand things. How can you simultaneously have a very active imagination yet absolutely no mind's eye? Because those are two very different things. People, and not a lot of people know this, but folks have very different ways of thinking compared to each other. A lot of people think very visually and pretty much don't have a voice in their head, which that was the one that really freaked me out. I'm a very verbal thinker, everything I think is like a little voice inside my head that that is constantly running, right? That can like speak in a language or do voices, that kind of thing. But I learned that a lot of people don't have that. They just don't have that voice. They can produce it maybe if they want to, but they don't use it. They have a visual imagination or a visual way of thinking, I guess. So yeah, that fucked me up, knowing like, what? Not everyone's constantly having a little voice in their heads. Oh, thoughts had empty. Indeed. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing here with the red. Only it's giving us a lot of pink. I don't love. Okay, we're gonna do a Gaussian. We're gonna reduce the saturation, and we're just gonna paint it on where we need to. Brain scrambled egg, indeed. That's how I feel most of the time. Not everyone has crippling anxiety all the time. So, a very interesting thing is that people that don't have a voice in their heads tend to have less anxiety. Because anxiety is a lot of time it's caused by, I think it's ruminating in English, which is like just going through bad thoughts in your head constantly. So indeed, a lot of people don't have as much anxiety because they don't have that same way of thinking, which is fascinating. I think ruminating, I think it's a word. I wonder if I lean so heavily into creative stuff as compensation for not having a mind's eye. Could be. Could be. I know a lot of artists with aphantasia. And I guess they have just a different workflow. They probably have to rely on reference a bit more, or I don't know. They probably have their own way of doing it. Of handling things. Okay, so I want to do this circle around this. So I'm thinking... I am thinking, which is a shocking thing. So I'm taking this little strand, I'm going to try to wrap it around the whole thing. The thing is that these strands go into a spiral pattern, more or less, so gotta get very far away, which I don't love. Maybe I'll do it in little bits. That should be the smarter way, actually. Scary Cicada song. Thank you for the follow. Okay, so this here is going to be our right side. There we go. I generally forget people are neurotypical. Maraini, thank you for the follow. Actually, this doesn't fit as well as I thought. I'm gonna have to readjust. Annoying. What time is it over where you live? Here it's 1 AM. Because I'm a night creature. If you hadn't noticed yet. I just live at night. Don't let people fool you. Night is when the best ideas happened, so... Don't let people trick you into getting up in the morning. It's just a ploy. PM, 7 PM. All the Eastern people, it's already evening for you guys. See, I'm such a night person that I basically live in the US time zone wise. If I moved to the US, if I went to the US, I would have 0 jet lag. I would actually have a normal time for at least a few days, which happened when I went to Mexico. It was very fun. Everyone was super jet lagged and I was refreshed and ready to go. I was already in my natural time. That was weird. Stream with, yes, I just added it today. I'm taking a look from time to time to see how they look, and it's not super correct, but it gets the gist of it. I just found a way to do it fairly easily. I just had to switch from Streamlabs OBS to just regular OBS, and it's a plugin that does it, and it puts it natively on the app, so it's very nice. Which is nice for everybody, for the hearing impaired, and for anyone that wants to watch a stream in the background without listening to it. I'll have to fit this a bit closer. You might quit your job soon? Awa awa? Is that what you want? Are you still thinking about it, or did you make up your mind already about the job thing? Okay, that's where that ends. Now, how should I do that? I'm just gonna apply the layer mask and then do it like this. Or just, no, I'll just do warp. It'll be easier to control things. There we go. Good old regular warping. So that takes care of the left edge, a right edge. God, I don't know how to tell left from right lately. It's medicine. Medicine will mess you up because every time you see a picture of an X-ray or like any test, when you're looking at your patient, you're talking about their left and their right, and it's the opposite for you, right? Like if you're pointing to their left arm, you're pointing with your right. So everything gets switched in your brain when you study enough medicine to a point where you stop distinguishing left and right. I really get confused with it. Pretty set on it. Going part-time until I find something else. Well, good luck with it. At least you're getting out of that shitty place, so that's good. Hey, think about it. On the bright side, more time to watch my streams. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Okay, the other side then. We're just going to do the same thing. We'll copy the original layer. We'll find a good spot. I think this side will work. Right, it's pretty much there already, so. Very finicky to fit. Because every time you move something, everything else moves. So you gotta be constantly tweaking and eventually you get there. That should do it. Okay. So, do the same thing we did before. Just go around, copy the part we need, and okay. So this. Okay, that should do it. Theater kid. Why theater? What would lead a theater kid to mix up left and right? Is it like looking at the stage, or? Yeah, funny. There's funny stories, like with my girlfriend, who's also a doctor, like we met in medical school. trying to meet up, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm on that bar on the left side of the street," and she was thinking about the other left, and I looked for her for half an hour, like that kind of stuff. It happens a lot. Stage left, side right. Okay, that makes sense, yeah. So yeah, you must have the same problem as us. It's so annoying. Yeah, there's even been cases of, and again in the medical field, because that's a very common confusion in there, of a doctor cutting off the wrong leg on a patient because the left and the right got messed up. So, yeah, that has happened in the past. I don't know wherever I heard this story. It's probably one of those old things that happened a long time ago, but that are the reason that we have those kind of guidelines to make it to like triple check if this is the right leg every time, or like the right side you're operating on and stuff. Do rest assured, in the present, it is not a problem. Like, there's like double and triple checking. Swinging. I love that. I love that image. Oh, there's some wonky parts here. I need to get rid of that. Let's fix them up. Actually, I'm gonna get rid of this. There we go. Okay, here. There's some wonkiness. Just gotta erase it and forget it exists, as I usually do. What a waste of good meat, oh my god. Okay, the colors now. The colors, kinda got the aberration, sort of, but it still doesn't fit, like blues here with the blues here, that kind of stuff. So we'll just go manually, I think. Let's group all this up. This is the web. What is this? Delete. Okay then, let us this color. Okay, let's get some colors like this. Yeah, that works. I think I'll only apply it to the blues, or even, hold on. Hue saturation. I'm gonna go to the blues, and I'm gonna turn them towards green. There we go. Yeah, that sort of fits actually. Not so much here. I guess those are cyans, so they haven't been affected. Okay, how about the reds? The reds should go more towards orange, I think. Reds. No, that's the way. Just remove it from the big circles, because they already look right. Oh, there's something with the big circles here. Oh, it's blue. Okay. Blend that a little bit. There we go. What a pretty spider circumference. Yes, it is a spider fractal. Vamos a quitar cara. So yeah, let me do a little refresher for people who recently joined in. So here's what we've been doing. This is a series that I've been working on, in which this weird fractal, I guess fractal juice, let's call it, takes over the world. It turns everything into fractals. It's gonna be a mess. It's gonna be like apocalyptic scale. But it starts out small. It starts out with a ship that just spills this into the ocean, and the fish starts going weird. Then it gets picked up into the atmosphere and turned into a hurricane, which just starts messing things up. Like this poor butterfly is one of the first victims. And what we've been doing, and during the last stream and this one, is working on this next part of the story, in which we're gonna have a lot more like birds, animals, just like birds, flowers, and that kind of stuff. This is a flower with a fractal. These are birds forming in the flock, forming the fractal, and now a spider doing that on this web. Thank you. 3k left. Oh my god. We're so close. Well, you guys are so close. If you guys get that before next stream, that might be the next stream. Or at least part of it. I don't think it'll be enough for a whole stream, but it should be fun anyway. Julia said for Hurricane. Julia, exactly. Thank you, somebody got it. Yes, not a lot of people know enough about fractals to know that very specific reference, but I'm glad at least some people got it. Oh god. 14k? You guys are pretty much there, right? Okay, and I also want to go for a sort of iridescent tone. So that's why I'm pumping up the colors on this. And making it look a little bit too colorful for a spiderweb. Because everything that this fractal juice touches kind of gets iridescent or colorful, like soap bubbles. That's the idea. Yeah, who doesn't love looking at some fractals from time to time? Just admiring. Admire the fractals. Okay, there's some wonky things that are out of place. I'm wondering if I should either fill that up with some more circles. It is one possibility. This I should just erase here, because it's being wonky. There, that should do it. So I'm wondering if I should just fill some space up. Just go down here. Get a very small patch tool, or sorry, clone stamp tool. Just kind of fill some spaces in. How do you get inspiration to get ideas that original? I don't know. I asked the gods for a muse. I wish I knew. I don't know. My process for getting ideas is very random and it just kind of happens. Sometimes there's something I'll see and I'll say, oh, I gotta do something like it. I'll just develop my own version of it. Like, one of the upcoming things I'm gonna do is using my own family pictures from like me, my mom, my grandparents and stuff. Add a kind of ghost to them that I guess has been with us for many generations, and kind of develop that into a little story. And that is because I was watching a Japanese TV special from like the 2000s about horror stories, and the special was very fun. But the fun thing, or the thing that gave me the idea, is at the end of the program was pictures, like real spirit pictures sent to them by the audience. So it was like very normal, just regular ass pictures of families on trips or that kind of stuff with, you know, there's a hand on someone's shoulder that doesn't come from anyone, or there's a face somewhere in the background in the darkness. And I said, oh, I should do like some classic spirit photos. I haven't done any of that. And then that gave me the idea, oh, I should do it on my own, like on myself. I should do it on my own pictures, on my own family. So I kind of developed into the idea of doing a ghost that's been haunting our family for generations. Sorry, I missed a lot of messages in chat. God, oh, do me a favor. Remember how old you are? I'm 24. Getting some color out of space. Yeah, definitely. Some vibes from there, from Annihilation, in the visual sense of things, but mostly from Uzumaki, from Junji Ito. I should just be getting a brush. Just getting a white brush and painting there. Gotta get small with it. Just like filling up some of the dead space. Connect things. See here, I kind of put it hastily and didn't realize this. So little fixes, but hopefully that'll do it. This poor spider just spent all of its butt juice making this. All the butt juices. 2 years older. I feel so old on the Discord. No, there's a few people older than me, but in general, the median age is so much younger. Which is fine, but sometimes I feel like an old man. Thanks, Spider, for sacrificing your butt juices. Also, hey, if someone in chat has been using the subtitles, the CC, let me know if it's working more or less correctly. I know it misses like 1 of every 5 words, but is it workable at least? Because it's something I've just started trying today. And there's probably no better than this, but I'd like to know if at least it's helping a little. Working pretty well? Okay, cool. That's good to hear. Uh-oh, some circles here are getting on top of each other. Not good, not good. I shouldn't be going too much into the details here, so I could be here for hours. Thank you, Spider, for providing all your butt juices for today's picture. I still gotta add the spider, by the way. Gonna go look for pictures in a minute. Once I'm more or less content with this. I'm gonna say happy, because I'm never entirely happy until I've seen things months down the line, but see, when I see one of my edits, like before posting it or the moment I post it, I always like sort of hate it. I've taught myself not to, but and I kind of repress it, but I always have this feeling that, oh, this one sucks, you know? Then if the response is good, I might just become happy about it. I don't know. Because people will do that to you. Our brains are always looking for validation, but in general, I start liking things months later when I've stopped focusing only on the negatives, on the errors I did, on the things that I could go back and fix, you know? Because there's always a million things to fix. There's probably 10,000 little circles in this that I could use. That could just be moved around a tiny bit to look better. Would anyone notice? Probably not. But I would. I would know. Need a cute song recommendation to write to. Oh, I don't know cute songs. And we listen to very weird things. My music's tastes are very strange. Don't usually fit into the cute variety. A VTuber model, thank you. I made that in an evening, it was fun. I made it in, god, what's the name? I forget the name. Hold on. It is called... Vroid Studio. VROID. You can use a spider to cover the mistake. Yeah, to cover some of them. It should help. Yeah, Kala, be right. Look at Atluns here coming in with the clutch recommendations. I love to see that. Okay, just this little part here that's completely out of here. Not even touching the rest. Just gonna make a few tiny circles to pretend I fixed it. Again, it's not gonna be visible from this distance, but who knows? Might be someone very important that zooms in to see how kind of work I did and decide if they're gonna hire me based on that. Imagine. I'm kidding. I'm gonna have to check out all this album recommendations in chat. After the stream is done, unfortunately. If I play any of them right now, Twitch will just break through the door and shoot me. I think they do that. Okay. Oh, haven't saved in a while, by the way. Need to. There we go. Okay. Spider then. Let's do the spider and stop trying to fix every little thing, you dummy. Okay, so as for the spider, we're gonna open the browser here and go to any of our stock sites like Pixabay. Look for cool spiders. Arachnophobia, by the way, content warning. If you guys can't stand spiders, there's gonna be a few of them. So minimize the stream for a couple minutes. Wait, I think I had this one downloaded. This one is pretty cool. Yeah, unfortunately we can't put anything copyrighted. Unleash the egg-legged hamsters, I love that. So this one is pretty cool, because we can see very clearly the whole silhouette, and we were going to be seeing a silhouette, so... Is there any iridescent spider? Any like very shiny spider? So there's not going to be any results here. Okay. Spider metallic maybe? No. I had to try. But we'll definitely add some iridescence. Again with the weird edits in this site. The cat's back pattern is a fractal. That'll be good, but it might be not like noticeable enough. Or not gnarly enough. I want something that'll make people go, ooh. Okay, tarantulas are cool, but they don't make webs as far as I know. Let's just go with this one, I think. Okay, if you... Oh, this is the gaming one. There we go. If you're waiting for the spiders to go away, you can come back to the stream. Although I warn you that there's gonna be one spider. But not like a ton of them. Just the one. Jumping spiders are good, but they don't make webs. They just jump, I guess. We can make it pretty big, right? We can make up the size we want. Because we don't know, we don't have a lot of good reference of how big this is. It's just like a few small twigs, which would be scalable, so we can go fairly large, I think. Not super, but like this is larger than I'm gonna put it. But okay, let's try to select subject. Cross our fingers. Not great, but you know, Photoshop, you tried. They will give you that. Or, oh wait, maybe this is better. Select focus area. That ain't bad. It gets the hair, so... Will it's... There we go. I should use this, especially when it's something against a blurry background. It's pretty good. It gets the hair very well, which I love. Not this one's, but it's fine. It should be good enough. Pretty good. I don't know jack shit about bones. Yeah, they are porous. A lot of bones is empty space, or bone marrow, which just takes up that space. Have you ever cosplayed? I haven't. Most I've done is like dress up for carnival, but not as any specific character. How do I get back the brush? Do I just get B with the brush? Oh, here. I love how we can select the hair. Saves a lot of work. It is not perfect, especially with small things like that, but you know, I'll take it. Almost looks like a half-started fractal. I like that. Can I size here? There we go. There we go. Is the computer okay? Okay, let's see here. Okay, hopefully that should do it. That was some manual fixing. It shouldn't be too hard. I could have selected a lot of this with channels too. I don't really use that a lot. And it can be pretty powerful, depending on the picture you get. See, a lot of Photoshop is just knowing 10 different ways of doing the same thing. And then just knowing when to use each of them. But it's all about speed. If you know like 1 or 2 ways of doing things, you can still get it done. Just maybe a bit slower or whatever. I think that with like maybe 30% of the tools, you can do most of the work. Old and crunchy. Poor little guy, little computer. Need a break. Okay, we got a pretty nicely selected spider. There's still some things, but it'll do. Now we decide what to do with it. I think it's gonna be about this large. And I don't know where should we put it. Oh, don't tell me there's some bad edges. There is. Okay, just getting rid of the edge here. That does it. Or should we have it be on more or less empty space? so it doesn't cover the fractal too much. It's maybe just like hanging out between two circles or something. Like maybe it's doing this. That way it doesn't cover a lot of more beautiful work that we've done. We've worked so hard on. 700 layers to go. For what? Oh, for the MS Paint. Why did I rope myself into this? You know, if you guys get it soon, we might get it done in this very same stream. Yeah, we'll do that. We have time. We have nothing but time. Kind of making the legs fall somewhere. At least most of them fall on the fractal. I don't know if every leg has to be connected. Let's see the original. I guess they all are, yeah. Maybe not this. No, it is. It is. There's a limit, right, to what you can put in every stream. Looking directly at it. You had to say it. Community challenge complete. Who just put it? It didn't say it in the chat. But yeah, we got it. You guys got to 15k layers. Evil face. Oh my god. Well, I guess I gotta do an edit on MS Paint now. Big bulk. Oh my. Okay, how about this? Since we still have time and we're pretty good with this edits, pretty far along, let's put the spider in, give it some fractal thingies, and then get to it. How about that? It's great. I think I'm putting the spider here, because if all the legs need to connect, it's just gonna be pain if I put it right in the middle. I think it's gonna be over here. And I think every leg connects, more or less. It does a job. A very hard-working spider. Okay, let's get the science down, which should reduce the... if there's any leftover sky from the original picture. And then, what I think we're gonna do is get this, Control J, get a second leg coming out of the first leg, and then another one, and then another one, and so on. That might be cool. Hold on. Smart objects. How about that? And these ones are not going to be connected. They're just for for the silhouette. And if you got like infinite tips of your legs, you're not gonna connect all of them, I guess. Most of them are gonna be in the air. Got some thingies. We'll do one more. Actually, one more. Could keep going until it's a pixel, but I'll spare you that. Well, it's pretty much a pixel. How about that? Horrifying little fella. Come on, don't call him that. Got feelings too, you know? Got little spider feelings. How about that for our fractal spider? Just with the rest of the legs as well. I don't know if I should branch them out in a spiral, or if I should do this, like alternate sides. Maybe these two are spirals and the others are more regular. Now the back legs. Going for the middle legs. I think all these could be connected. Like we can fit them so they connect on here. This damn mosquito has been rounding me since we started the stream. Annoying little bastard. Fractalize you, mosquito. Can do that now. What would you do if you had the power of turning people and things into fractals? What would be your first actions as a superhero, supervillain? Let's swap place between the head and the thorax. I put the head on here. How would I do that? I could put another head though in the back. That would be kind of fractal. Repeating patterns like that. Remember to save. Thank you. This part in the middle of the legs has a lot of the sky for the background. Okay, what else? Oh yeah, the fangs is what I wanted to do. Them well cut out. Okay, should I do this in the back too? I'm kind of freaky. It's not too noticeable, but you'll know it's there. It's obviously not going to be too noticeable at the large size. But it is there. We know. No face buoy. Indeed. Maybe that's how it spins so much web. Just has a second face there to help. Phase 2. New and improved. Okay, for the front legs, I'm gonna take this one, which is a more complete set. I'll do the same thing. Pick up hits. I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna do the same for both of the front ones. Spider with a million fingers. How nice is that? Or imagine meeting this spider. Like you're going out for a walk and you say, oh, it's a nice little spider. What kind of web is it spinning? And then you see this guy. Gonna copy these again. I'm gonna do flip. Again. One last time. Put this leg here. Damn, leggy spider. Very leggy. Okay, now let's group everything. There, our big leggy boy. A big friend full of legs. Now, I think, considering this and the lighting in general, that it should be a little bit darker. Not with desaturation, with this. Many a leg. I kind of want to have it as a silhouette. That'd be cool. Because if we have it as a silhouette, that'll really help the effect of the many, many legs. Something like this. Gonna do a little bit of blurring. God, this mosquito is gonna eat me alive. I would hunt it, but I'm streaming, you bastard. Okay, and there's a light coming from the back here. gonna put that in overlay maybe. Maybe also do a normal below the overlay, just to help with the effect. There's just a lot of painting lights, and this part is very intuition based, like just this is more closer to traditional art, I guess. Just gotta kind of get a feel for how light is, how light works. Saturate a little. God, is. I don't know if I caught it. I was trying to cast a mosquito. No, it's there. No, I went too far there. Whoa! Quinn! You're gifting subs. Yeah, thank you very much, Quinn. And Cube Papayas. Enjoy your sub. Oh, you got a dip out. Thank you, and have a good night, Quinn. Playing the dirtiest sugar daddy. Oh, I appreciate it. Yeah, Quinn is a sugar daddy here. Yeah, enjoy your gifted subscription. And Quinn, have a good night. Okay, just a tiny bit of shadows right below the spider. Just in the places where it's touching. Some contact shadow, I guess. I want to make it more visible. I need to make it stand against a different part of the... No. I think where we chose is fine. Works well. Okay, let's do some top level edits. I'm also going to do a little notes layer for things I want to do out of stream, which are a bit boring. Like, oh no, noted in English since we're speaking English here. Okay. Match colors here. And just messing with the spider in general. I'll probably mess around with it a bit more. But apart from that, gonna do our classic top level edits. We're gonna bring in the pinks and the blues. Maybe add some contrast. That would be nice. Just make the spider stand out, and the web, of course. Okay, now we're gonna add some color grading, and we'll kind of just do it by feel. Thank you. My first language is Spanish and French. My mother's French and my father's Spanish. There we go. It's a bit better. Add a little bit of grain to hide our shames. Let's compare. It's a nicer feel already. I'm liking this. It is, it's bringing out some of the colors in there. So all these edits are very purple and blue. It's kind of the feel I'm going for. So that's just what I'm trying to match. Just as an example, see this one or this. They all have that same color palette. And see, I like the spider like this, because it doesn't call attention to itself. But you'll notice it if you look at the picture a little bit, because it's kind of breaking up the harmony there. It's just kind of on there as a splotch. So you'll tend to, I think the eyes will tend to wander to it. And then you notice that something is fucked up about it. The many extra limbs. So I don't think I'll do a close-up of this one. I'll kind of leave it as a little detail there. Thank you. Yeah, I'm happy with this. I am happy with this so far. I know there's a ton of little errors, like I mentioned before. I try to push that aside, look at the big picture. Oh shoot, we need to sign one of these. Before I forget. I'm just flipping here because I like to flip to check if the perspective is right. Fucked up little spider. The messed up little guy.